Time for me to say goodbye. Making way for the evening news. It's 1 minute to the hour of 6 compliments of the good folks at Caribbean Alliance. You know what you have to do already, all right? Give them a call. The good folks at Caribbean Alliance. And just before we cross over to the evening news, we say good evening to our good friends at La Falaise.
La Falaise Medical Laboratory, my preferred choice for professional and confidential medical laboratory services. La Falaise provides results for all medical tests. If it can't be done there, they will facilitate it through their international partners. Their main office in Roseau is open from 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mondays to Fridays and 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Home visits and emergency services are also available. Call 448-0100, WhatsApp 276-5213 or visit any of their other locations. Picard in Portsmouth, Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Marigot, Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Or Grande, every first and third Thursday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. La Falaise Medical Laboratory, my choice, your choice, our choice.
Fair and balanced, unbiased and clear, concise and accurate. This is the DBS Evening News. Here now is your presenter with the headlines.
Good evening and welcome to the DBS Evening News. In the headlines, President of the Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association wants the Ministry of Tourism to review the new fee structure put in place for stayover visitors. In news from the region, the new Democratic Party NDP administration to introduce CBI program in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in 2026. And internationally, U.S. President Donald Trump meets Netanyahu in Florida as focus turns to Middle East issues. My name is Alian Christopher, and these are the headlines we're looking at this evening. The details of the news to follow.
This Christmas, Flo's making the season merrier when you add postpaid to internet. Unwrap a new smartphone for only $10. Plus, we're giving you 35% off your mobile bill and win even more goodies with our Spin the Wheel Christmas promotion. This Christmas, the rewards are on us. Add postpaid to your internet plan today in-store or visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, we keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Evening Major News. President of the Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association, Kitwani Ferreira, wants the Ministry of Tourism to review the new fee structure put in place for stayover visitors. She says to access tourism sites, stayover visitors are at a disadvantage compared to cruise visitors. The DHTA president says the impact of the fees is already being felt in the tourism industry.
We are already receiving reports from visitors opting out of site visits and seeking alternatives. The DHTA, through its membership, is preparing a list of sites and activities which are accessible without fees or at a lower cost. It is important to state that our position is not in any way against cruise tourism. Many of our members depend highly on cruise, and we consider the economic impact of the cruise industry key to the economy and vital to many. Cruise visitors represent approximately 80% of the total arrivals, yet they contribute less than 10% to the tourism GDP. On average, a stayover visitor spends 50 times more than a cruise visitor, and at higher visitor volumes, cruise ship visitors place 5 times more pressure on natural sites than stayover visitors. Stayover visitors contribute 90% of the tourism GDP and are central to Dominica's high-yield development strategy. This current funding model that placed almost the entire burden on stayover visitors, while cruise continue to only pay $3 to access the sites and with no head tax adjustment, is neither equitable or sustainable. It is important to ensure that both major segments of the industry contribute proportionately to the protection of the natural asset on which we all depend.
President of the Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association, Kitwani Ferreira. An eco-hub is set to be established at the Fonkole Sanitary Landfill in the new year. That's according to General Manager of the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation, Florian Mitchell. Mitchell says this hub will help decentralize waste management efforts and contribute to promoting a circular economy.
As part of our decentralization module, we will be implementing an eco-hub at our current facility in Fonkole, and we have acquired money for grant financing for the East facility and for Euroclaimers. So a shed will be constructed at the Fonkole Sanitary Landfill. Would have an equipment, we call it the Fuse Kitchen. That equipment will transform our plastic PET type 2, 4, and 6 into a commodity. And that will demonstrate the circular economy approach, that the waste that we collect, we are simply processing it and producing a commodity that could be sold locally. And that is the new way of doing things that we envisage for 2026 through our decentralization structure.
General Manager of the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation, Florian Mitchell. Minister for Education Octavia Alfred has condemned the recent acts of violence which claimed the lives of 2 men in separate incidents last week. The incidents took homicides in Dominica to 22 for the year. The Education Minister says a culture of peace is needed in Dominica.
This is a time where we should be enjoying ourselves with our families, sharing joy, being merry, eating and drinking. And so I take this opportunity to strongly condemn the recent acts of violence and shooting in our country. Such acts of violence have no place in our society, and they only bring us pain, and they only bring us fear. They only disturb our communities and our country. And this should make all of us think, what is this? We are not used to that. And this is why I urge everyone to join in building a culture of peace and tolerance. The government is committed to ensuring that every Dominican is safe, and we will continue to take steps to strengthen law enforcement's ability to curb violent crimes. So as we wrap up 2025 and we move into 2026, let us stand up by our national anthem and a people strong and healthy, full of godly, reverent fear. Let's show reverence to God. Let's show respect for life. Let's show love for each other. Let's embrace each other, and let's appreciate and maintain this peaceful nation. Let us continue to have a spirit of tolerance. Let us resolve conflict amicably. There's always a better way to do it. And so I send sympathy and strength to the families who have to go through this grieving period during such a time. And I call on every Dominican to condemn those acts, and you play your part to ensuring that we maintain a peaceful nation.
And that's the Minister for Education, Octavia Alfred. The Police Welfare Association will push for special constables in Dominica to become full-fledged police officers in 2026. Chairman of the Police Welfare Association, David Andrew Jr., says Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago have adopted the practice. He says the Police Welfare Association has discussed the matter with government.
Also, I must advocate going into 2026 the issue of the special constables. Recently, we've seen in Barbados that over 26 special constables transition into the regular police force. In Trinidad, there were over 800 members transitioning recently into the police force. That is the trend the Caribbean is taking. We have started the discussion with the government, but I'm looking forward and I'm hopeful that we can make some positive strides towards getting our special constables transition into the police force.
Chairman of the Police Welfare Association, David Andrew Jr. Meantime, he has encouraged police officers to continue the fight against gun violence.
We have seen a recent increase in gun-related violence. The police officers had to double up and had to deal with the extra workload put on them, and I believe that they have managed it well, and I want to ask them to continue to commit themselves to the fight, the continuous fight against gun violence. It's a global phenomenon, but we cannot as a country allow this to fester, and counteractions must be taken.
Chairman of the Police Welfare Association, David Andrew Jr. In other news, Public Relations Officer of the Dominica Diabetes Association, Richie Farrell, has highlighted November 2025 as a highly successful month of activities aimed at raising awareness, promoting healthy lifestyle, and strengthening diabetes education and support across Dominica. Speaking on the association's November program, Farrell explained that activities were planned in recognition of Diabetes Awareness Month with a strong focus on public engagement and community participation. Among the key initiatives was the launch of the Dominica Diabetes Association's November calendar of activities, which outlined a series of educational and wellness-focused events shared through the association's official communication platform. According to a press release, the association also encouraged physical activity through its Go 10,000 Steps Challenge, Stay Fit, Stay Healthy, motivating individuals and families to incorporate regular exercise into their daily routines as part of diabetes prevention and management. Farrell further noted that a major highlight of the month was the press launch in observance of World Diabetes Day, which reinforced the association's ongoing commitment to advocacy, education, and support for persons living with diabetes. Throughout November, the Dominica Diabetes Association also engaged the public through outreach activities and media engagement, spreading key messages on early detection, healthy living, and the importance of community support. The association has expressed gratitude to its partners, volunteers, and the wider public for their participation, and reaffirmed its commitment to building on the momentum generated during Diabetes Awareness Month in 2025. Parliamentary representative for the Kalinago territory, Kozia Frederick, has encouraged residents to take advantage of the Kalinago Development Fund in the new year. The fund was introduced to assist residents of the Kalinago territory since they don't have access to loans from financial institutions. Frederick says the Kalinago Development Fund has delivered to residents so far.
Yeah, so the facility is called the Kalinago Development Fund. It is established at the Aid Bank, and it's for people within the Kalinago space to access loans that they would not normally access under normal conditions. At this point, the loan facility is oversubscribed, and so it means that people are very interested. We have people invested in home improvement, in education, in healthcare, in business enterprises. We have people who are expanding their businesses, and if now you speak, we want to keep on engaging public in the Kalinago space to take advantage of this. It's a good facility. It's 2% interest. As the government understand the situation of the land tenure system in the Kalinago space that doesn't allow land to be collateral, that the government is the one actually securing those loans, and we call on the public to keep on investing, because we realize that if the new cadre of young professionals in the Kalinago space, they are willing to manage and able to do community development work. So this fund is working very well. It is a commitment by the government to give $1 million every year, and we are just ending the first quarter, the second quarter of the financial year, and we expect another $500,000 to be placed at the Aid Bank for use of, and to say the fact that the people who are benefiting from those loans, they have to meet all of the rigors of the banking system. It's not just come and say that I am from the Kalinago space, I need a loan. They have to be able to show their business plan, how they're going to repay.
And that's Parliamentary Representative for the Kalinago territory, Kozia Frederick. The third sponsored Miss Dominica hopeful is to be announced this week. Chief Executive Officer of Discover Dominica Authority, Marva Williams, says her team is upbeat about the 2026 Miss Dominica pageant.
Yeah, so the Miss Dominica pageant will take place on February 12th. To this point, we have 5 beautiful contestants. Well, originally we had 6 contestants. One of the contestants had to withdraw due to personal issues, but we do have 5 amazing contestants from various cross sections on island. So far, 3 of them are fully sponsored. We will be making the announcement of the third contestant who is fully sponsored, and we continue to negotiate for the 2 other contestants. It seems positive. We expect to have a great show. The Miss Dominica is a celebration of bouillon, and the celebration of bouillon was brought out in their presentation of casual wear for their photo shoot on social media, and they're going to continue to celebrate the bouillon on the night of the pageant. So tickets will be on sale very, very soon. We will have some features on the night of the Miss Dominica pageant that will include some of our top bouillon artists. So we want patrons to come out and support the young ladies. It is not just young ladies modeling and so on stage. It is youth development. It is women empowerment. We see they have some beautiful platforms, and because of that, we intend on putting on a great production with the young ladies for the pageant.
That's Chief Executive Officer of the Discover Dominica Authority, Marva Williams. Some of Dominica's music icons are to receive Lifetime Achievement Awards during the Creole Heartbeat Music Awards ceremony on January 3rd at the Intercontinental Hotel in Portsmouth. Jerry Williams is a member of the Dominica Music Awards Committee.
So the Lifetime Achievement Awardees this year are Ophelia Mari in Cadas, Lipso, Nasio Fountain in Reggae, Jerry Lloyd in Gospel, Keith Goddard in Booyah, David Benjamin, Traditional, Fitzroy William, Cadas, Lipso, Ian Jackson, Calypso and Songwriting. The Felix Henderson Award, Sonia Magloire Akpa, and the iconic award, Krishna Dada Lawrence. The Dominica Music Award are about more than trophies. They are about structure, transparency, credibility, and respect for artistic contribution. As Creole Heartbeat celebrates 5 years, the DMA stands as proof that when culture is treated seriously, it creates trust, value, and lasting legacy.
And that is Jerry Williams of the Dominica Music Awards Committee. On that note, we end the national focus. Regional and international developments comes up next.
This Christmas, Flow's making the season merrier when you add postpaid to internet. Unwrap a new smartphone for only $10. Plus, we're giving you 35% off your mobile bill and win even more goodies with our Spin the Wheel Christmas promotion. This Christmas, the rewards are on us. Add postpaid to your internet plan today in-store or visit discoverflow.co for more info. Terms and conditions apply. Flow, we keep your Christmas rhythm flowing.
DBS News.
Welcome back. In news from the region, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Prime Minister Dr. Godwin Friday has made it clear that his new Democratic Party NDP administration will be introducing a Citizenship by Investment CIP program in 2026. He said on Hot 97 FM Radio's AM Mayhem program that the CBI is a critical economic pillar for the future of the country because St. Vincent and the Grenadines has reached a point where it can't borrow much more. Therefore, in order to generate new revenue streams, Dr. Friday argued that a CBI program would enable his government to plan for the future. He noted that St. Vincent and the Grenadines has an advantage introducing the program at this time, as it can seek to avoid the pitfalls of countries in the region that have similar programs. And internationally, U.S. President Donald Trump has turned his focus to the Middle East today as he hosted Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Florida for talks that are expected to cover Gaza and a range of other pressing issues. Any decisions made could have a potentially momentous impact on questions that determine the future of the region. The U.S. has been Israel's strongest military and political backer throughout 2 years of war in Gaza, and many are now looking to the meeting as a test of the leaders' relationship and how aligned they are on key topics. Netanyahu arrived this afternoon at Trump's resort, Mar-a-Lago. It marks the 6th meeting since Trump's return to office 11 months ago. That's the news. Stay tuned for the DBS Evening's Sport Report. Up next.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Welcome back. First up, National Director for Special Olympics Dominica Ainsworth Irish has highlighted the importance of transparency, accountability and structured governance for sporting organizations striving for excellence. Irish was speaking following his regional certificate of achievement for National Directors of the Year.
One of the things you have to look at is transparency and accountability. For instance, I got $3,000 US, and I have to send them all the receipts, and everything is accounted for. And even if we made a surplus, we have a surplus of about 1,200 EC dollars. I reported that to them, and they say you can keep that for your national games coming up soon. So yes, some of the association should take that as a leapfrog, as a fillip to organizing. You have your records straight, you have your meetings regularly, once a month. In fact, to get our accreditation from the international circuit, from the Special Olympics International, you must have at least 4 board meetings annually. So every month we meet at the SMA. So you have to have that accountability. You have to make sure that there's transparency, and whatever you do, you discuss with your organization, and you get the consent, and of course the consent from each individual on your board, and you move forward.
And that's National Director for Special Olympics Dominica Ainsworth Irish. The Convent High School will resume action as the team to beat in both under 16 and under 20 when the Sports Division Secondary School's netball competition returns January 8th. Convent High School enter the new phase of the tournament as defending champions, having captured the title for 2 consecutive years in both under 16 and under 20. With competition set to intensify in the new school term, teams across both divisions will be looking to improve their standings as the season progresses. In the under 16 division, the Northeast Comprehensive School, NECSA, currently leads the standings with 8 points, followed by Goodwill Secondary School on 6 points. Defending under 16 champions, Convent High School sits 3rd position with 4 points, while Castleborough Secondary School, Portsmouth Secondary A and B, and Pierre Charles Secondary are all tied on 2 points. The NECSB and St. Martin Secondary School are yet to register a point. Meanwhile, in the under 20 division, defending champions Convent High School lead the table with 6 points. Castleborough Secondary School, Dominica State College A and B, and Northeast Comprehensive are all tied on 2 points, while Pierre Charles Secondary School and the Portsmouth Secondary School remain without points so far. Dominica and Windward Island Volcanoes cricketer Stefan Pascal says the past year has been one of growth, learning and valuable experience in his development as a player. Pascal described his first full run in regional first-class cricket as a learning experience, admitting that results did not meet expectations but played a key role in shaping his development. He explained that those early challenges pushed him to reassess his game, which led to a successful return to the under-19 level.
This year for sure was, I wouldn't say a challenging year, but it was a year where I learned a lot about myself. Starting off with the first class competition early up in the year. My first sort of full run in the team, and obviously it didn't go the way I wanted it to go. But I felt like it taught me a lot about myself as a player, as a person. And I just took those learnings from the mistakes I made, and I went back to the drawing board. I took the time to go back to the under-19 level where I performed how I should. But I feel like I wouldn't have done that if I didn't go through what I went through during the first class season. So that tournament with the Dominic under 19, we won the tournament. I scored the most runs. I scored my first ever century for Dominic at any level. And I just feel like as a player, you have to go through these sort of learning periods to mature quicker. So, it's all well and good to say, yes, you want to perform. Everybody wants to perform and make their name. But sometimes that isn't always the case, and that isn't always your path as a player.
Dominica and Windward Island Volcanoes cricketer Stephen Pascal at the senior level. Pascal also acknowledged mixed performances, including a rain-affected Super 50 competition that limited playing opportunities. Despite that, he said the experience helped build confidence and highlighted the importance of patience and decision-making.
In the games that I did get to bat, I did get an opportunity to bat. I felt like the first game was really it. Like, I felt really good. We were chasing a big total, and I feel like nothing was in trouble in me. And the way I got out, it was something that, again, maybe exuberance of youth and just keeping on trying to go big and not taking a step back and calming down yourself in the situation. But again, like I said earlier, these things must happen for you to learn from it. And I think the best experience or the best teacher in life is experience. So again, that's something I have to look forward to, next opportunities. I feel like it's just being more a student of the game and visualizing yourself in those types of situations more often than not.
Dominica and Windward Island Volcanoes cricketer Stephen Pascal. On to some boxing. Ali Shillingford continued his dominance in the ring as he powered his way to a victory over USVI fighter Levante Ravalier in the Dominica Boxing Association's fundraising bout on the weekend at the Massac Indoor facility. The bouts were held to raise funds to meet the medical expenses of 14-year-old Tahir Tyson, who is battling cancer. Shillingford won the main event of the evening as he beat Ravalier on a judge's decision. He says he was happy with the way he executed things.
Well, I know him. In fact, he's my friend. He's my close friend, and I'm proud of his performance tonight. He improved a lot. He strengthened his weaknesses, and I'm just happy to get the victory. To get the victory is the most important thing, and I'm happy for that.
You hit him some hard blows, but he just kept on coming.
Yeah, he surprised me. That is not something that ever happened before, I catch him clean, but he have a lot of heart, He have a lot of heart.
All right, let's talk about, of course, the reason why we're here tonight. Young Tahir Tyson, I saw quite an emotional exchange between you guys at the end of the fight. What did it mean to you, to sort of represent for him tonight?
That my little partner, I praying for him all the time, and he himself praying too, and I know he prayed for me, and God answer his prayers, give me the victory, and sooner or later God will answer his prayers for himself, and he'll be standing on his feet and walking again, and boxing again, and winning again, and everything else.
National boxer Ali Shillingford. In the other bouts on Saturday, Zai Salaj Cregan of the USVI defeated Dominica's Jalen Romel Daniel, while Dominica's Shelton Bonney beat Giovanni Hodge of the USVI. Bonney said he was happy with his performance.
The fight was a good fight. It was a bit tough. It was his first fight. But I give props to him because he had his determination, he fighting spirit. But I still, handle it. Or I should handle it, I'm saying. But it's hard work, dedication, I was training every day, that caused me to, be a skillful fighter like I was in the ring tonight, but yeah.
All right, what do you think made a difference for you in terms of the style of boxing that you used tonight?
Well, what I changed the way I fight was the last exhibition fight I had, I think 2 months ago, and I could just flip a switch in there, the style I had, everything. I'm more or less defensive, but tonight it was more or less offense. Well, my coach told me, at the last round, I can back up to give jabs. I tried, but he came with his pressure, but I still came on top in the fight,
National boxer Shelton Bonney, Dominica's Ali Shillingford, was named the MVP of the tournament. The real MVP of the night, however, was young Tahir Tyson. Tyson, just a few months ago, was boxing, and today he is confined to a wheelchair due to complications from cancer. He was in attendance on Saturday night and said he was overwhelmed with the support from the public.
Well, my night was good, really enjoyable. I enjoyed it a lot, and I saw what I came to see. I was hoping to see some knockouts tonight, but that didn't happen. But I'm still proud of my team. 2 victories, 1 loss. In my book, that's a win. So I'm really thankful for that, and I'm thankful for everything the Boxing Association doing to help me. I'm thankful for everything Job doing, so Coach Job doing to help me, and I just want to say thank you.
Just want to say thank you. Tahir, what has, life been like for you? I know it's a real challenge, fighting the cancer, but you're quite strong. You can see it in your face. Job Joseph, in an interview, said that you have more faith than fear. What has that journey been like for you?
Well, it's been challenging. I can't lie, it's been really challenging. But thankfully, I have my father. I have a very caring and loving father, and I have my family there for me. And in the first month of me having cancer, I have to be honest with you, I was scared. I thought I was going to die, but every day is a blessing to me, and every day I have to thank God and pray. So that is what that just keeping me there. Because sometimes I feel like I want to give up on myself, but even if I give up and God don't give up on me, what I gotta do, so I have to keep fighting and keep pushing. So, it can happen to anybody. You just have to make the best of your situation, and I prepared myself for the worst at the moment, so you never know what that can happen. Right about now, I was just telling my father the other day about how I planning for the future already, like if I don't ever walk again, but I believe I'll walk again. I believe every day I pray into God, asking Him to help me out and guide and protect me. I'm still here, I'm still alive, and good spirits, so yeah, that's all I have to say really.
Tahir, what did it mean to you to see so many people come out today, so many people watching online, so many people giving generously to help your cause?
Well, it felt amazing actually. And if I'm being totally honest with you, when I first came here, I thought I would feel off. Certainly, like seeing people I know I used to walk with walking, and I sit down in a wheelchair. But no, that didn't happen at all actually. And in fact, that boosted my energy, that uplifted my spirit. And even when I saw the fights, that made me want to jump out of my seat and start cheering for my team. But as you know, about my situation, I can't. But that's all right. I'll be back next year, hopefully. I pray I'll be back next year in the ring fighting.
And that is young boxer Tahir Tyson, who is confined to a wheelchair due to complications from cancer. Finally, the Dominica Football Association has launched an investigation into allegations of serious misconduct involving members of a national junior team following their participation at a recent regional football tournament. While the severity of the allegations have not been made public, DBS Sports can confirm that an investigation is being carried out following the national under-17 girls football team's participation at the Windward Islands under-17 football tournament in Grenada. One official at the Dominica Football Association told DBS Sports that the DFA is treating the matter seriously and will leave no stone uncovered as it seeks to get to the bottom of the situation. DBS Sports will continue to follow this story and bring updates as soon as they are available. Well, that's the sports report for this evening. I've been the presenter of both the news and sports for this evening, Ali and Christopher. On behalf of the news and sports department and our links person this evening, Joseph Fadul, we're saying good evening.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Community Bulletin Board.